my screen, but
I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal for how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, I'll cast it like hey ya.
yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's your number one chief rockin' Knicks Universe, main man, Uncle Freezy. Welcome to the premiere Knicks in the Nighttime Joint, the Knicks at Night podcast, man. I'm in the spot rocking with the resident homeboy, Coach Malpica's in the building. Big Paisan, what's good, bro?
Yes, sir. Good evening. Good evening, Brother Freezy. Lawrence Tears fam. Thank God it's Friday. DIL. All the Friday fam out there joining us, trying to save that dollar, not going out on a Friday night.
Damn right.
Sit here with us too and play it safe.
Yeah, man. Yo, so the Knicks finally hired their associate head coach today, man. What's good?
Yeah, man. Chris Jent. Yeah. He's once a Knick, always a Knick, I guess, huh?
Once a Knick, always a Knick.
For some of y'all don't know, Chris Jent, I think it was the 96-97 season, I believe it was. He had a little quick cup of tea with the Knicks. He also had a bigger cup of tea when he was on the bench when the Rockets beat the Knicks the last time we were in the NBA. Oh, no, not the last time we were in the finals, but we were in the finals in the mid-90s there, the 94 one. Don't like to relive that one, but
history is what history is.
Man. He's a veteran coach. He's got a long history in the NBA. He's going to be serving as Mike Brown's associate head coach, which is when you get named that coming in, that means they hold you at a high enough regard that when Mr. Brown gets a tech or something, gets ejected, or something happens, you're the next guy in line. So, he's also going to be the top offensive assistant, I believe, from when I was looking. This to me, this hiring is significant because it brings like a trusted voice to Coach Brown's staff and a reputation for player development. He's an offensive guy. I'm sure we'll allude to all that.
Nah, go ahead and do your thing, bro.
Oh, okay. But he's had probably about 2 decades of coaching experience. He's had multiple stops as an assistant.
At this level or at any level?
Yeah, I think at all levels he's been coaching that long. Because I know he was with it's actually been 20 years in the NBA because he was He was with Mike Brown's staff in Cleveland from 2006 to 2011. And
So he helped develop LeBron.
I mean, technically, yeah. I mean, he was a key part, with LeBron, and during his time in Cleveland, he was actually credited with helping improve LeBron James' shooting percentages during that period.
Wow.
He and you and I talked about this off air a little bit.
Yeah.
He recently coached the Charlotte Hornets, the NBA Summer League championship in Vegas. Demonstrating his ability to lead a team and develop a young talent. So I think a lot of the things he brings, offensive expertise. I think he's actually widely regarded as a strong offensive mind. He's expected, I think, to lead the Knicks offense,
Right.
which will be a key factor in improving the team's scheme and player usage.
Right.
And this allows Mike Brown, he's more known to be like a respected defensive coach, I think, first, but now he can focus on the team's overall philosophy and have like a dedicated expert coach, like running his offense, which is something we were kind of hoping for,
Right.
And from what I understand, where we haven't had this before in our coaches, obviously this is someone that Coach Brown respects and his voice. He's probably going to have a voice. He's not just going to be just some guy sitting in the second row taking up space in a Knicks polo, He's actually going to have some input, I think, The fact that they work together in Cleveland, it means they already have a rapport. They have like a shared coaching language and understand how to collaborate with each other. And that's going to likely lead to probably a smoother transition for a new coaching staff. So for me, what excites me about him is his experience as a shooting coach.
Hey, for a team that needs to get their shot off.
Yeah, we got some dudes that probably use them a little bit. This is going to be invaluable, which includes we do have some young players and we have some established stars. Jent can help fine tune their offensive skills, and maximize their potential with Brown's system. To me, this guy, even though he wasn't a huge part of it, he's an NBA champion. Sometimes when you have that view on the bench, it's an experience that you take with you when you coach. Because we were talking about this too earlier. Most of the best coaches are the coaches that tend to have a little more success were like journeyman players or bench guys, or they were number one guys,
like Steve Kerr.
Yeah, so like they know what it's like to be that 11th man in the rotation or 10th man. They're not just going to look over their shoulder and shrug them off. They know what it's like, So I think it's going to be a good hire. So it's just another line of
feather in the cap for Leon Rose.
I like it.
Yeah. I fit, man. Yeah.
I know a lot of people thinking Papa Rick, was going to be trying to have more of a Stevie associate head coach or something. But.
Man, Papa Rick is, yo, it is what it is. Yeah. Hey, Phenom Nick is in the building. Real King, Andios is in the building. Michelle was good. Salute to all of y'all. Salute to everybody in chat on the YouTube side, on the X side.
Yeah, man.
Salute to all of y'all, man. I'm glad y'all here. Glad y'all here to come rock the spot with us. You know, Chris Jent is hired. The Knicks play on Christmas. I want to talk about Chris Jent first, though, and what he brings to the table. I think the most important thing, coach, to the whole thing is gravity. Right? Like what's the difference between Dice Yoshimoto and Chris Jent? It's huge.
Yeah.
Chat, with the chat, think about this. The difference between Johnny Bryant, Dice Yoshimoto, and Chris Jent is huge. It's huge. Right? DJ Cash in the building. Cash in the building. Cash rule. Salute to Cash. But the difference between a Dice who we liked, right? Mm-hmm. And a Johnny Bryant who some of us loved, and a Chris Jent is been there, done that, has 20 years of evidence that what he says works. Mm-hmm. Right? When you're Dice, you're like, hey, I'm a really I'm a super intelligent guy, and I'm kind of learning this game, and I'm gonna pass everything I learned to you right now, right? And you have to trust it.
Yeah.
Right. The thing with Johnny Bryant can say, man, I have relationships with guys all over the league, so clearly something I'm saying makes players better. Right? With Chris Jent, you don't have to search or trust, maybe he has something. There are bona fide results with Chris Jent. Bona fide, where when he goes places, things happen.
He's a Jersey guy.
Yeah, of course. And plus he's salt of the earth. Plus he made out of diamonds. Everybody from New Jersey is made out of diamonds. So, yeah.
One thing. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you. Keep going.
Yeah, so what I was gonna say, man, about the Chris Jent thing is when you bring in guys like this, every guy may not be an in-game strategist. From my feelings have always been guys like he are always going to be good in-game strategists and see certain things. Things I like even more about guys like Chris Jent is they're borderline guys that know what it takes to play in the NBA. They just didn't have the physical ability to be a star in the league, but they had the motivation and drive to be in the NBA and stay around the game. You don't get this far without some level of drive and motivation and dedication and talent.
Mm-hmm.
And talent. You're not a guy that like, for instance, some of the guys that the Knicks had on the coaching staff, they weren't highly sought after guys that other teams were trying to pluck. You never heard whispers of somebody trying to pluck Dice Yoshimoto, and no disrespect to him, because he's a smart guy, young guy, got a lot of stuff, got a lot of years ahead of him.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But you didn't hear the Oklahoma City Thunder thinking about, hey, we thinking about poaching Dice from the Knicks. Nah. Right? But the Knicks had to poach Chris Jent from the Hornets. If y'all get the, and so am I excited about the Chris Jent thing? Yeah, for two reasons. One, the associate head coach thing is finally over. They found the guy that fits and the guy willing to come here and buy into the system. And it's before training camp. The other thing is, the only thing better than great offense is even more great offense. How does that? How does it? Hey, Johnny Davis, what's good, man? Yeah, hey, Cash, I'm with you. Cash, I'm with you, man. Hey, let me put my thing on there. Put this thing out there for Cash. So the thing, yeah. So ultimately, Coach, one of the things about it is, yeah, why not go bring in more offensive talent?
Exactly.
Miguel P said, you know, they probably paid him a grip, right? I don't care. That's Dolan money. Miguel P, that's Dolan money, man. I mean, if the thing about it is I think Leon Rose is putting things in place where he's putting mechanisms in place where he wants it to be victory fail proof. Like put all of these things in place where you're like no excuses.
Mm-hmm.
No excuses. I think that's where they're at. Hey man, no excuses, man. We're trying to shore up everything. No holes in the boat, bro. We trying to get to this place. And when June gets here, we don't want to have any excuses, man. No, at least none that we could have avoided. That's my thoughts on it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, this dude, he was the definition of a journeyman. Like he lived that grind where he hopped around. He went to Europe. He actually only played. He played 3 regular season games for Houston and 3 for the Knicks, but he played 11 playoff games. He's one of the only people in NBA history that has played in more playoff games than regular season games.
Because he's a shooter, right?
Yeah, that's a crazy stat. Yeah, for back then he was a 6'7" shooting guard / small forward.
Yep.
He was just ahead of his time.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, for him I mean, remember he was a CBA guy, and then he did the Italy, Spain thing, like, and then he went right from being a journeyman and went right to being assistant coach the following year when he finished his playing career. So this guy's been a basketball head, bro. Like, so he's been. Didn't he have? Wasn't he? Wasn't he like Magic's interim coach for a little bit?
I don't know,
At
bro.
one time, I remember like a 2005 or something.
Yeah,
It was during their rough patch. It was right before he went to Cleveland with Mike Brown. And then, he's an Ohio State guy. He went an assistant coach for them a couple times. But yeah, man, he was also with the Hawks from 2017 to 2022.
Ooh. So he had his hands on Trae Young also.
Yep.
All right. All right. Okay. Trae Young was drafted in 2018.
Yeah. So yeah, man, he's definitely.
And I'm not giving him all the credit, everybody.
Right.
I'm not giving him all the credit. What I'm saying is he impacted Trae Young. He impacted LeBron James.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
Pierre Moise is in the building. Yeah.
Yes, sir. But yeah, man, it's You can never have enough good people in the organization.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely happy with that. And just another move that they're doing.
You sound excited, man.
Yeah, man. I like when the teams I root for are doing their due diligence. It don't look like they just coasting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or just making bad decisions after bad decisions. They have before. Don't get me wrong.
Cash rule.
Hey, what's up? What's
Yo,
up? Salute, salute,
what's
salute.
up, Cash? Salute.
Salute to
Salute,
all.
boss.
Salute to all.
Boss.
So, what do you see this as a situation that Mike Brown did this so he can concentrate more on the defensive side of the ball and
No.
someone he knows he can trust?
No.
No? All right.
No. I think it's like when Jeff Laser put together that coaching staff that put Mike Mart's passing game and Chip Kelly run game together in Miami. You remember the year? I think it was one year Miami scored like 70 points on somebody. The Dolphins.
Yeah.
You remember that? Where it like every time they touch it, they want. I think that's what they want. I think they want the ultimate. I think they want to get everything they possibly can out of their offensive weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Cash, what's good, bro? Coach Cash with us?
I think so.
Oh, uh-oh. What happened there?
Cash, can you hear us?
We hear you, buddy.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah,
we hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right. I'm having some visual things, but if you can hear me, that's good. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Okay.
Now, I guess Freezy was asking you, what your thoughts were on the Chris Jent situation.
I think it's a good hire. I think it's a very good hire. You talked about his history, the things that he brings to the table, the fact that he has succeeded everywhere he's went, and definitely is going to be a spotlight on him, and just curious to see how he's going to use. That's, I guess, really the most tantalizing thing going into the season is to see how he's going to use the pieces that we have on the court offensively. What schemes and tactics and strategy. All these things that he's going to bring to the table. So it's just curious to see, how this is all going to come to play with the personnel we have.
Right.
Hey, Cash, how you feel? Yo, when I talk basketball, do y'all feel like I'm a nerd or a snob?
No, you just asking a question, man. No question. I always say that no question is a dumb or obnoxious or snobbish question when you're trying to seek answers, man.
Right. Because here's the thing, Coach. The reason why I'm saying it in an overview type thing, but what I'm really saying to you is all the things that you did not see in New York over the past few years. You know what I'm saying? I think we're gonna see. I think we're gonna get sensory overload with stuff, right? Like I don't know if you're gonna see um um Mitchell Robinson at the top of the key setting screens as much as we saw under Tibbs. Now, what I imagine, what I imagine is your 3-point shooter coming up top to set a ghost screen, then setting a down screen for Mitchell Robinson to curl around and make himself open for the lob at the rim. But if you take that away, the screener that set the screen for Mitch is in your corner wide open, because if you take away the lob, you can't take away the 3-point shot in the corner. We didn't see that under Tibbs, right? What we saw under Tibbs is get Jalen Brunson a screen up top, everybody get to a spot and stay where Jalen Brunson can throw on-point passes to. Because as good as Jalen Brunson is as a passer, I'm not for sure if he is a great movement passer. Like for an example, the difference between Tom Brady and Joe Montana, right? Tom Brady is, once you got his feet moving, he became wildly inaccurate, right? But if he ever got those feet set, he was deadly as a ninja assassin, right? Right? And the thing is with Tom Brady, you know you don't stand a chance if he get his feet set, period. So the objective is to get him to move those feet. At the same time, Joe Montana was a movement passer, like the West Coast offense. Like you'll see those bootlegs, you'll see the short waggles, you'll see the play action, the quick play action with just to show the hand to the running back, as opposed to putting the football there with the running back, right? Or the curl behind the running back on those. That's what I'm saying about Jalen Brunson. Like Jalen Brunson is an excellent passer from a stationary set, right? Is Jalen Brunson going to be the guy that dribbles, jumps in the air, and throw a bounce pass to a cutter that can throw it down with two hands in traffic? Nah, you ain't going to never see that, right? But when you put Mike Brown, Chris Jent together, now you see things like the 45 cut, the Maggette cut. You'll see the what's the big from the Gortat screen? Y'all ever seen Gortat? Like him and John Wall.
Marcin.
Yeah, like when they run the screen and roll, Marcin Gortat goes down the lane like a fullback, just hunting the first thing that moves. And all John Wall did was just follow him down the lane and dunk it. You don't get to see things like that in our offense because we chose not to risk making turnovers at all. Right? I think you got the entire knowledge of offensive basketball at your disposal. You have everything you need. What element of NBA basketball do the Knicks not have to have a great offense? Right? You have a scoring point guard. You have a big that can rebound and score and shoot the three. You have elite wing players, right? You have an elite scorer off your bench. You have a big off your bench that can score, and you have a Selly, right? What else do you need? Maybe a stationary spot up 3-point shooter is maybe the only thing that you need. And if you have all of these elements, all you really need is a coach. What's the word for the guy that makes the music for all the singers to sing on and all that stuff? Producer, conductor. Yeah, all you need is that. Whichever one, producer, conductor. All you really need is somebody to make sure everybody's in the right place, singing on the right note. I think the Knicks have all the weaponry to have the most dominant offense in the NBA if they choose to use those pieces. in my opinion, we had those pieces in place to be the most dominant offense in the league, and we were stressing about how they couldn't play defense.
Hell yeah.
You feel me, Cash? Or am I Homer Simpson? Am I Homer Simpson right now?
No, you
Oh,
good, man. It's like this. I
don't.
always throw the chess perspective in. You have strategy, and then you have tactics. Thibodeau was good at strategy, but he wasn't good at tactics. So now we're going to see an evident demonstration of both. Like you said, we're going to see some things that we haven't seen before. In a half court setting on offense of people, doing different things, or or pieces that are doing things that they're good at. You broke down, a certain perspective as regards to Mitch. You made me think about what Mike Brown had said in his press conference as far as, Mitch being a vertical threat with the lob. Should have
Right.
been doing that all along, man. He shouldn't be out there setting screens. Mitch is no threat at 25 feet away from the basket setting the screen. No, nobody's giving heed or precedence to that. But if he's running to the hoop, or if he's in that dunker spot and that lob might be coming, that's where he's a threat. And I think you're dead on what you mentioned of that's what we're going to see more of this coming season under this new regime, and these new offensive tactics that is going to be employed.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I would even put, and I'm gonna make y'all laugh. I would start Jalen Brunson in the dunker spot.
Why?
Because the defense has to defend it in a different way. Right? The defense, because think about it, if Jalen Brunson is the primary focus of a defense, right? And you put him in a different spot offensively, what does the defense do? Do they now turn that offensive intensity and put it on Josh Hart because Jalen Brunson is not there? Nah, they're going to play defense different. Right? They're going to play deep. They're going to play deep. I would start Jalen Brunson in any sort of places. Coach, remember last year when I said, man, I would start Mitchell Robinson in the corner, and remember everybody laughed at me and said Mitch can't shoot threes. Remember that? They laughed at me like just because a person is in the corner means all they do from that corner is shoot threes. Cash, is that where we are now? Like if you start in a certain spot, you have to shoot from that spot?
No, that's where movement comes in.
That's where movement comes in, bro.
Yeah, movement and setting. I don't know if and Coach, you're probably more well versed than I am in this. Have seen film of Steph Curry and how hard he works to get his shot off. I mean, I know to us it's like it's effortlessly. It just just like with ebbs and flows. But to see the work that goes into when he's running off screens. Another player back in the day, we hate him as Knicks fans, but again, if you look at the film, Reggie Miller, running off those screens that was set for him, the off ball, and that's the key, the off ball screens, to get him open so he can get that shot off. And for either one of them, they don't need much room or much space to get that shot off. All they need is really the snap of a finger, and it's bang.
Well, you know what, though, about both of those teams, and no knock on the Warriors because they obviously are a great team. But when it comes to the Pacers and that team, besides the year they had Durant, Clay and Curry were the only two really bombing away. It ain't like Draymond. Like, it ain't like they had a team full of shooters. You know, they had two guys that can shoot.
I mean, the Warriors, you mean?
Yeah,
Yeah, all world.
right. And the Pacers, all they had was Reggie and I don't know.
Reggie.
That's it. Jalen Rose ain't wasn't a shooter. The Rick Smiths and all of
Travis
these weren't
Best.
people. Like,
Haywood Workman.
here's the difference. The Knicks don't have to do that crap. Like those teams, Curry had to do all that running around and have those guys that can't shoot set picks for him so he can get open so he can shoot. We have the luxury of putting 4 to 5 guys on the court that can shoot. So you don't have to do all that running Brunson around and running your shooters all around. You just got to stand in a spot and good luck defending it. You know, like to me, it's not even rocket science when you have this talent. It's just get the damn ball at the court and get it started. You know, pass the ball around. I dare you to double team somebody. We're going to make you pay. If you want to come out on our shooters, we're going to dump it down to Mitch and dunk. We're going to have OG dunk. If you don't come out, cover us, we're going to shoot it. So it's just pretty simple.
I like the idea of now that you bring in somebody that at least respects offense, that you can use your weapons.
Yeah.
Right. How many times have you seen like a basketball team, a football team have like a defensive minded head coach and they lose games because they play the entire game too close to the vest and then they lose at the end. And then you see them bring in a superstar scorer at some, I don't care, receiver, point guard, quarterback, center fielder, whatever. And then as soon as that player gets there, the whole face of everybody wants to play with that offensive player. Right? All the skill players want to play with it because his gravity helps them be the best version of themselves. Right? And that's the thing with Jalen Brunson, right? The thing with Jalen Brunson is Jalen Brunson's not a defender. We had a defensive-minded coach. Jalen Brunson's not a defender. Those two things automatically put us like one foot in the grave and the other one on a roller skate. Any given time, we can slip and fall. Right? Now that you have Mike Brown here, you have a situation where you can open up things. Mike Brown is unique in that he can make adjustments to any style, chameleon. The one thing overall though, he's got that thing where he wants to win. He's a tinkerer though. Whereas I'll compare it to whereas Tibbs was Alexander Graham Bell, Mike Brown is Tesla. Right? Tinker so much that it'll drive you crazy. Even to the point we're worried so much about the greater good and tinker so much to get to a space that it'll drive some fans crazy. I don't blame them. I don't blame them. You know, I mean, it's one of them things where I feel like you're gonna see Mitchell Robinson average a double-double if he starts. Not because he's going to take more shots or not because he's going to have a higher usage rate, but because little things mean a lot. Like being open off the pick and roll every play. Coach, can you imagine running a screen play, right? Like running a screen where the guy that fakes the block and goes down the field is always open and you always throw it to Jaquez Green so Jaquez Green can pick up 8 yards. Meanwhile, the dude that faked the block and went downfield is always open 25 yards down the field, and you never throw it to him.
Yep. I know one thing. When I was coaching and I saw that, I'd be telling them to throw the damn ball to him next time.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's criminal how open Mitch is just off that one set in your offense, right? Now, here's the thing with offense also. Offense, you might have an offensive playbook, but you constantly you add to that playbook over and over and over again. Based on your personnel, right? Based on your personnel, you gotta keep adding stuff to your playbook. Like with me, with me, if I was the coach of the Knicks right now and I had Bridges and OG, I would be running zoom jet out of the corner at least twice a quarter. At least twice a quarter. And for those that don't know what it is, it's the play that the Boston Celtics run. Sometimes they run double zoom jet, like Jaylen Brown in one corner and Jason Tatum in the other corner, right? They pin down for a guy. That guy that they pin down for screens. They catch the ball on the move, headed to the rim. And what are you gonna do with Jason? Are you gonna trap it so that he can kick out to Porzingis for 3? That would be Cat in this analogy, right? Or are you gonna blitz it with 3 people and not let him get there, and then let somebody work free under the rim and get dunks all night? You just can't stop it. And you have to at least try these things. Is OG Anunoby the best ball handler God ever made? Probably not. Can he operate out of zoom jet? If he can't do that, he shouldn't be an NBA player. It's like asking a running back, hey, you know how to carry a football? Cash, you know how to carry a football, bro?
Yeah, I was a lineman, but yeah, we did drills where, yeah. I know how to hold on to a ball. If I ever had the opportunity to scoop it up and score, yeah.
Yeah.
After I scored, I might have need some oxygen, but I mean, I know how to hold on to the ball. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, everyone's taught that.
Right. Like some of these things coach, there's a difference between using what's right in front of you and using your imagination. In my mind, you should be doing both. Right? You could at least use what's in front of you before you use your imagination, unless something appears that's so dynamic, you just have to use your imagination right away.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think they should do a lot of stuff, like
Josh Hart out of the pinch post.
Yeah, they should also be doing basically like the flow offense. Basically, it's like a pace and space and movement.
Right.
Like they should push the ball up the floor quick, have defensive rebounds and turnovers, especially.
Right.
And actually, Anunoby and Bridges they're actually both pretty good outlet passers. They can both run the floor. So this gets the rest of the team into a rhythm before the defense can even set up. Like we're athletic enough for that. Like Bridges and OG can run the floor.
Yeah, they can run the floor. They're athletes.
Like
Josh, Deuce. Yeah, Coach, I think you hit something there that it was one of the problems with the Tibbs offense. Allowing the other team's defense to get their defense set. And what happens when every time we get the ball, they know they're going to give it to Jalen Brunson. So that enables the defense to get set. But like you guys were advocating, if you get the ball up the court fast, then the other team is not able to set the defense. Right. And then you could do all sorts of the actions that you made reference to. You know what? Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, whichever way you want to go, pinch, spread, what you have. In other words, you have options.
Yeah.
But the whole key is what you said, Coach, is not allowing the defense to get set, because once the defense is set, then you got problems.
Because Josh, McHale, and OG, they're not half-court players.
Offensively, they're not half-court players.
Offensively, they're not half-court players. Now, Brunson and Cat, obviously, they're whatever offense you want to run players. Don't matter. But they're definitely more attuned to the half-court. And even Mitch can actually get up and down the floor when he ain't tired or limping. Another thing we should be doing is split cuts.
Yeah.
Like you run out of a post up or at the top of the key, and then you have two players, not just one. You have two players cut to the rim on either side of the ball handler. It's so easy to do. And Anunoby and Bridges both can cut and finish at the rim.
Okay.
On those scenarios, you get someone like Cat or Brunson, get the ball at the top of the key or the high post, and you have both of them cut. I mean, I don't know, man.
There's a lot of stuff you can do, Coach. I like that idea.
I mean, there's also like old school, like classic, like there's another thing called like hammer action. I don't know if you know what hammer is, like hammer screen. It's like when a player drives the baseline, a player in the corner sets a screen for the other player on the wing. And this allows the wing to flare out for a three-point shot.
Okay.
There's like, I don't know, you can run like hammer action with Brunson. Driving into the lane. And then like Anunoby and Bridges are in the corners like they normally are. They're both ready to be the beneficiary of a screen from another player. Or like even Towns.
You talking about screen to screener?
Yeah. And then you have two threats making this set. And it's incredibly difficult to guard.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I just don't think we've
taken
advantage of that.
Why?
Oh, we hit mute.
It's hard to guard. Why? Because of science or?
Yeah. Well, first of all, you got to have the threats to be able to run it.
Okay.
But because if you try to do that with Josh out there in the corner, people aren't going to respect him out there. So you can't run that with him. But with them two in the corners, they're the top two corner 3-point makers the last 3 years in the NBA.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the other thing. How do you have the best 3-point shooting big man in history, Brunson, who can get on fire, and the two best corner 3 shooters in the league and shoot less threes?
Yeah.
What in the hell are we doing?
Hey, that's the reason why we changed code. That's the reason why Mike Brown is
Come on, man. And I don't want to be Boston's chucking asses. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be like that. But, man, there's some games we should be jacking them, bro.
Yeah.
Pause. I mean, we got the talent to do.
Yeah.
I'm tired of having teams that can't shoot. We've tried that experience for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, won nothing. I want to be the team that makes a bunch of them things.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Hell yeah. But hopefully this hire is part of that change. I know some of y'all out there, defense.
There you go.
There's only so many defenders out in the league, bro.
Yeah.
What's good, fellas?
What
Good
up,
fellas.
Dre?
What's
Good.
good?
What's good?
Salute, Dre. Salute, man. Salute.
Salute.
Nah, I think defense. We can we'll be okay. I think we'll be fine with defense. We're not gonna have our lockdown, New York defense that we're accustomed to, but I think our defense
Cash, when's the last time that New York defense won the championship?
Yep.
yeah, exactly.
You,
Exactly.
you want to know why?
Exactly.
You want to know why we needed lockdown defense? Because Patrick Ewing's the only one that can make a damn shot. That's why.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you was too busy scoring 87 points a game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Last time the Knicks won the championship, they won it with ball movement and elite offense. Just for the record.
Yep. And a
Yeah.
Hall of Fame point guard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they got rid of a defensive guy and brought in Earl of Pearl. He ain't been known for his defense.
That Hall of Fame point guard or Hall of Fame center?
Yeah. I'm sorry, Willis Reed, I love him to death, but he ain't known for defense.
So
He wasn't no shot blocker.
I think we'll be in a position to get enough stops. And to be absolutely honest, I think we're gonna have a top 10 defense. I don't think we need to necessarily have a top 3 defense. With this type of firepower, I don't think it's necessary.
Yeah.
Every time I see my fellow Knicks fans complain about Cat on defense, I throw up in my mouth.
Make you want to
Just every time. Like, I don't care. He's the best. He's the best offensive center in the league. Fight me on it. Like,
I give Jokic
you just
that.
can't.
I say Jokic is 1, but Cat is 2.
Jokic he's the best offensive talent, like weapon-wise, as far as like facilitator, but he ain't a better shooter than Cat.
Nah, he ain't a better shooter than Cat. Now, but here's the thing: does he create better shots for himself and others than Cat?
Yeah.
Yes,
absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
for sure.
He's like an offensive force, whereas Cat is like a scorer. Like any kind of way Cat can score for you.
It's the difference. But yeah, I remember. Anybody in here remember the Larry Bird versus Dominique Wilkins scoring comps all the time? Remember that? Like, who's the better player, Larry Bird or it's Larry Bird, because Dominique Wilkins could score, but did Dominique Wilkins impact winning?
Yeah, Dominique Wilkins could score, but could he pass and not turn the ball over a lot?
Right. Yeah. No.
And that's another part of Cat's game that I look forward to. Hopefully, Mike Brown and Jent tap into. He's actually a good passer.
yeah, yep. I think they're gonna use Cat like he used Sabonis in Sacramento. In a lot of the sets that he ran, I mean, I don't know if anybody's seen any film. I've seen just a couple of things, but I think he's going to use Cat in that way. And what's going to make Cat better than Sabonis? Because they position Sabonis like around the foul line. You can still run those sets with Cat, let's say at the 3-point line, and he's a threat because he's what? The best shooting big man in the league. So you got to respect that. And at the same time, to dovetail on what you said, Coach, he's a willing passer.
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody's cutting to the basket, and we've seen it last season, he's going to give them the ball. So again, like we were saying, how are teams are going to stop that? That's their problem, not ours.
Yeah.
I think everyone's going to be surprised when they see how well the offense looks when Yabusele's in the game with Cat. Wait do you see the things that happen? I'm telling you.
Yeah, Yabusele's playing hungry, man. I like how he's playing, man. He's playing. He's playing like he's playing for not only just money, for like somebody stole his steak or something, or his pork,
I mean, he's
his
playing
smothered
for his
pork
country.
chops and mashed potatoes and green beans or something, man.
Speaking of that country, you see old Frankie boy got cut
Oh
from
man,
Team
that man
France.
got cut from his country.
He got what? What happened?
He got cut.
He got cut from the
He got
national
cut from the
team.
He
French
got
team,
cut
from
from
the
Team
national
France,
team.
bro. He can't even make Team France.
Frank. Hey, France has got a lot of great players now.
Yeah, they do. I mean, if they're bringing in a lot of them young ones, probably.
Bro, they got some dudes that aren't in the league on that roster still. So even over
mean,
him.
even Fournier was still
Remember that player
playing a
named
lot.
TLC, Freezy?
Huh?
Luau Cabarro?
Yeah, that's not.
He's on France, but he's not in the league.
Yeah, you talking about TLC?
Yeah, TLC.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
gave his
man.
spot to Frank. I mean, they took Frank's spot and gave it to him.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but he's actually playing.
Hey, man! Shout out to TLC. I thought he was gonna be something, bro.
I thought he was going to be a nice little role player.
I thought he was gonna be
3&D.
Josh Hart, bro. I ain't gonna front.
well, if he had a best friend that was also a start point guard, then he might have had a chance.
He might have had a chance. Yeah. If all he had to do was just get an edge up, bro. You can't be an NBA player and getting WAP edge ups, bro. Mm-hmm. How you playing in Philly? How you going playing in Philly and your edge up like this, bro?
That's how you can tell they from France. It's like if they had the edge up, okay, yeah, he's a brother.
Yeah, he a brother, but he ain't from here. That man edge up. Coach, can you imagine playing with TLC on 2K and my man edge up is like this? Man, put that hair on right, bro. And then I thought 2K was doing them dirty, and then I saw him in the game, and I was like, nope, they got it perfect.
Even Diabate got cut.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it Dior still on the team, right? Let me check.
On Team France?
No, I don't think he's playing. He's not playing for Team France now.
Oh,
no, they got that Theo Maladon.
Oh, Theo Maladon. I like him.
Theo
He's a
Maladon,
guard, bro.
yeah.
I like him.
Which I don't know why he in the league. He decided to go to Real Madrid, I think, or something. And I know that they're going young, with Alex Sard and Reece Sachet and
Wemby.
And yeah, obviously Wemby.
Yeah.
But Maladon might have went to Madrid for it because they gave him some type of a bag.
And Bilal Koulibaly too, I think.
Oh, that's my bro. Hey, bro. Every time I hear that man's name, I'm like, if Leon Rose pull that off, bro, I'm like, hey man, he the GOAT. I think, I ain't gonna front. I said about 3 years ago that I think Bilal Koulibaly is gonna be the next Giannis. And I know people laugh, like, who? But it's the same thing with Giannis. If somebody told you that Giannis was gonna be a bigger version of LeBron, kinda, people, they don't make dudes like that every generation. But
and then you see him.
And then you see him, yeah.
It's like after he jumped over Tim Hardaway, I was terrified of that man. He jumped clean over Tim Hardaway.
He teabagged Tim Hardaway. That's the same game Porzingis tore his ACL. I mean, the knee ligament, right?
It was his ACL, but yeah.
Yeah, man.
That was a deflating game, my lord.
Yeah, that was. Yeah,
that game he was going off, and then boom.
And if I don't know if y'all remember this or not. And the last play of the game, Chris Middleton hit a layup at the buzzer because he spinned off Tim Hardaway Jr., went baseline and laid it up at the rim as time went off. And Tim Hardaway Jr. Spin around and start yelling at Enos Cantor. Bro, I was like, this team's a disaster.
Oh my
God.
God.
And neither one of them can play defense.
Right. How you gonna let a man go? How you gonna let a dude bigger than you go baseline
and dunk it?
Oh my,
layup.
oh my God, bro.
Steve Mills is well.
You,
Steve Mills will pay for his crimes for what he did to my organization.
Oh,
you see that kid Mohamed Daboni though?
Now who's that?
Bro, this kid, he's like if Giannis and LeBron had a love child.
Muhammad.
who you talking about? Over Shamshi?
Nah, Mohamed Dabone.
Okay.
He's a 6'9",
Oh, the
12-year-old.
13-year-old.
He's like 12, 13 years old. He's in FC Barcelona.
Oh wow.
He was the MVP of the U15 Euro thing at 12.
Yeah, and he moves super fluid for something. Because usually when kids are that tall at those ages, they move real stiff.
Yeah.
But this dude,
and he
he
moves
is like
fluid. Like yeah.
fluid.
I've seen him before. I just forgot his name. You got it right. Coach.
Mohamed Dabone, Dabone.
Usually, bro, when you're like 6'10", they put you at center because you can't really move around that well, and you just look clunky and awkward. He looks super fluid for a 6'10", 13-year-old. Like it doesn't make sense.
If you see, you're like, who is this? You should like his head's above the rim every time he dunks, bro.
Wow.
Like, even just like he's blocking shot. I mean, he can shoot from three already. It's crazy. He looked like he's made in a lab.
Maybe he was.
Maybe
he was, bro. Yo,
do we have who's got the 2030 sweepstakes right now? So I think he comes out in 2030.
Wow.
That's who Danny Ainge is waiting for.
That's who Danny Ainge is waiting for right there. Right?
He's in a tank till 2030.
Probably.
Oh my
what a
God.
joke, man.
Yo, so what do you think about Chris Jent, bro?
I'll be honest, I genuinely don't have too many thoughts. He's been an NBA lifer. He's seen a lot and been around a lot of good coaches. And it's probably something that Mike Brown sees in him to bring him up on the staff. One thing I will say, Mike Brown, I saw an interview with like a beat writer for the Kings. And he basically said, like, Mike Brown implemented an offense and then he just gave the designation to like an assistant to run it how he sees fit. It is Mike Brown's offense to a T, what he values and what he wants to see on a day-to-day basis. He just asks an assistant to run what he asks of him throughout the course of the year. So I think they're going to use him as an offensive assistant, even though he's been a defensive guy in the past. And he believes he can run the principles and things that Mike Brown values on a night in or night out. So, like, I think, to be absolutely honest, the training camp is the most important part of the season for us. So we, like, have a crash course of what Mike Brown likes, and then we build from there and add more and more structure and layers over the course of the season.
Hey, did you see the Mike Brown video of Mike Brown teaching offense?
No, I did not.
So there's a video.
Is it copyright, or can you play it on here?
Is that the one he was doing a lot of cussing on?
No. This is the one.
All right.
No, this is the one. He's at a kids camp, a high school kids camp, and he's teaching them how to run and get open offensively. He's basically teaching kids how to score without having handles, passing, and athleticism. Right? It's all about, like, he's telling these kids it's all about positioning. Like, he's saying stuff like when you're level with the ball handler, get wide. Like little stuff. And you're like, my coach told me that in 1977. And while that makes, like, people are saying, well, it must be old school. Nah, it's like the little things matter. Like the small, the milliseconds you get to get your shot off matter. Like how guys that are not super athletic wind up being cash. You remember how Larry Bird used to score, and we was like, how is this dude always open? And Larry Bird and me and you felt like we can outrun Larry Bird, but he was always open. Yeah. Little things like positioning your body, like Mike Brown was telling the kids, like, listen, if you're gonna cut, like if you're like when the guy rubs his guy off the screen, right, you should already be diving at the rim because basically you want to form a point at the rim, like two things of attack, so that one defender is in jeopardy from two different people. So if he commits to one, the other's going to score. If he commits to none, the other's going to score. If he commits to the ball, right, he's going to kick it in the other. So you create like these situations where you're always jeopardizing the defense and putting them in those situations where they have to make split-second decisions. And then if you're in an undisciplined defense, right, you know you have a man and you see your teammate get beat a couple times and you sag off and then you kick out to the man that was undisciplined, now you get these open threes. And now it's like this whole snowball effect. Now they calling timeout, arguing with each other in the huddle about who's supposed to do what, and say words like communication and discipline and all that stuff. And it all comes from positioning your body.
We have a player who's damn near an expert at that right now. His name is Jalen Brunson, that you just described to a T. And the NBA is amazed on how is it this guy is taking everybody to school. And those are the very things, man. Those are the very things. And those that comes from, doing fundamentals well, developing an IQ, because a high IQ is something that's developed. It's not just given. Those that are savants, man, it comes through teaching and repetition, man. I mean, Kobe became Kobe because of his work ethic. I mean, those are the things that, that has to start early on. And Jalen Brunson, man, those things is just, they on fire right now with him. Same thing with Steph Curry. I mean, there's, you mentioned Larry Bird, same thing, man. I mean, we know Larry Bird, he wasn't the most athletic, but his shot, all the intangibles that he brought to the table, it's just good, smart, fundamental basketball, man.
Dre, if I can find that video, I'll try to remember to send it to you. Right,
yeah, I'm interested.
But it's basic, and it's basically shot. It's basically shot from the 2K angle. You know how y'all play 2K or whatever. It's shot from the high camera 2K angle pointing down or whatever, and you can see the other side of the floor and the low side of the floor and all these things. And Mike Brown is telling them, like, with stuff like little things like when you get the rebound, push it up the side of the floor. Right, when it's they're ready to attack the rim from the middle of the floor straight down the crease. Right, these little things, man. That you but to Cash, to your point though, where Jalen Brunson is good at that, we have guys that are not that are the opposite. Josh Hart is the opposite of that. Right, Josh Hart is not the like for instance, how many times have you seen Josh Hart on a fast break not sprint out and get wide if he's at the level of the basketball because of his fear of shooting three-pointers?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, true. That's true. That's true. Could be lack of confidence, whatever. But for that very thing that we ping Josh Hart with, but the instincts that when it comes to rebounding, which rebounding is not about having superior height or whatever, it's about desire and effort. He's unquestioned, man. He's up there, man. Somehow, even at his height and with his frame, he somehow gets to that ball. So, I guess there's give and takes with different players. I mean, that's why I guess for the team that we have currently constructed, that we have to accentuate or punct. Well, I should. What's the word am I looking for? Highlight those those qualities that those players do well. Whereas Josh Hart is good, like you said, in pushing the ball and maybe passing it to somebody, but when it comes for him being the main guy on the break, no. But using the skill sets that the different players have and using them well for the benefit of the team.
Yeah, I think Josh Hart is Jason Witten. Yeah, I remember the Cowboys tight end Jason Witten.
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember how he formed a relationship with Tony Romo, like his security blanket, and like when you watch Jason Witten, you're like, this dude don't get open, bro. Tony Romo just throw him the ball 14 times a game, and that's what I think about Josh Hart, because in Tibbs' defense, where he got boxed low on defense, you know what I'm saying? He basically 8 feet away from the rim on every shot. You know what I'm saying? The bigs are going to box each other out, and then Josh Hart, being 8-9 feet away from the rim, is going to stick his nose in there all game and grab you a bunch of rebounds because he boxed low. Jalen Brunson is boxed low on the other side. It's the reason why Jalen Brunson got a lot of charges on defense. It's not because Jalen Brunson was the quickest dude in the world and got his feet set. Jalen Brunson so fast he can draw charges on John Morant. Nah, he playing box low. He see the ball, he look in the corner, and he look in the corner and see a non-3-point shooting. Let's say Dikembe Mutombo in the corner for 3. He like, the player ain't kicking it out. I'm just slide over here and draw this charge.
He stole 2 rebounds from Cat every game.
Hey man, people was mad at Randall for doing that. They was like, Randall don't rebound.
I watched every trip up and down the court almost for all 82 games last year. And this is no exaggeration. Josh Hart literally steals 2 rebounds a game. Right. And I'm not knocking him for, it's a great ability, that he rebounds.
Yeah.
But if he's doing other things his position's supposed to be doing, he ain't supposed to be in them positions to rebound.
You mean like shooting threes?
Exactly. Dribble penetrating.
Yeah.
Scoring at the rim. Shooting an 8-foot floater when you're in the paint instead of turning your back to the basket. Throwing it back out.
Instead of jumping in the air and then making the decision when you in the air. Yeah. I know Dre loved that though. He loved to see Josh Hart playing point guard.
Sprint up the court. Take 2 dribbles past half court. Pick up your dribble for no reason. And then turn around and look for someone to pass to.
Yeah. Yeah. Anybody. And I mean anybody. I seen him give it to Mitch one time, bro. Like, Josh, come on, man. And Cash, I'm sorry, man. I'm not bashing your player, bro. I like Josh Hart too.
But no, like, he could be better utilized, just like everyone else on our team.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're gonna need rebounding off the bench.
What do y'all think Josh Hart's gonna look like with Mike Brown?
He looked nice on the bench. This is where he look
Lakers, nice. Josh Hart.
I don't know. Is that a good thing?
No.
The best version of him was here, I guess. But like, he's the kind of guy that you need to maximize his volume in terms of minutes to get any value out of him, because if you cut him down to 27, 28 minutes, he's going to give you 6 points and 7 rebounds. And how valuable is that at $20 million?
Oh, the $20 million part. The $20 million question. Oh, God.
He's the reason we might not be able to bring Mitch back. Just let y'all know.
Mitch is coming back, bro. They giving Mitch the bag, bro.
That's the question for these Knicks fans. I'm sorry to say, It's Josh or Mitch. Can't have both. Can't do it.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have both, bro.
Oh, we ain't getting nobody else there.
I know. That's the
Not that we need like someone huge else, but you can get
is Josh
cheap.
the reason why we're not gonna get Giannis?
You can get 2 solid young players for $20 million.
Yep.
I would love to get Scoot Henderson, bro.
I think he got a mentor. Dame coming back gonna be that boy mentor.
And Drew, and yeah.
Drew,
Yeah. I would love to see, man. Dre, how do we fix our playoff shortcomings? I think that's probably the $1 million question.
Don't start the playoffs game 20.
You use your best lineups instead of your worst lineups. Instead of using your worst lineup for 7 straight months with no deviation. That might help. Getting out to good starts in games with positive lineups, that might help. And best believe Mike Brown is gonna empty the tank in terms of figuring out what are his positive lineups.
Right.
Within the first 2 months of the season, he's gonna have a good idea of what will work and what doesn't work and what he'll lean on. It won't take you how many games into the playoffs? We went 6. It won't take you 14 games to figure out, hey, this starting lineup is not working, and it hasn't worked since January.
Don't be surprised to see Yabusele starting.
I wouldn't shock me either.
My answer to your question is employ tactics instead of strategy. And if you think it's a good move, look for a better move.
Okay.
I mean, one step further and easier. If it's working, keep doing it. If it ain't working, stop doing it. I mean,
I feel you.
if you go 3 trips down the court and you can't get a shot off, probably got to change something, coach.
As soon as Mike Brown sees us go into a possession where the ball didn't move, and it turns out and it ends up into a Josh Hart off the dribble 3, he is going to blow a gasket.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Tibbs is perfectly comfortable with that happening 3 times in a row in a winner go home playoff scenario.
I saw a team who has Cat, OG, and Mikal Bridges and Brunson. And in end of the quarter and late game scenarios,
The ball
off an
was in Josh
inbounds,
Hart's hands.
off an inbounds play, Josh Hart ends up with the ball for the shot.
Yep.
When we need a 3-point shot, Josh Hart is on the court.
Just that by itself make my tummy just ache. And I appreciate y'all appeasing me with the vent session, man. I appreciate that. Because chat, this is a vent session for me. It's not. I'm not mad at the world, right? I'm not Trey from Boys in the Hood fighting the air. I'm just releasing some tension with this. So yeah, man.
That is actually insane, Freezy. We go in the scenarios where we know we need a 3-point shot, and Tibbs got Josh Hart on the court.
Instead of Deuce, right?
Because in Tibbs' mind, it's like, what if we miss the shot?
In Tibbs' mind, he's thinking,
what if we generate the best shot possible?
In Tibbs' mind, he's like, we might need an offensive rebound.
Tibbs
Dre,
game plans off of a contingency instead of the first plan working.
and so the thing that made me even more. So, Coach, I don't know if I told you this or not. I believe the Knicks right now today should be 3-time defending NBA champs. That's my belief. Now, I know everyone has their own belief. Whatever your belief is, believe in it, man. I don't care. I'll support you, right? But in that scenario that Dre just mentioned, that when you need a 3-point shot, you have Josh Hart on the floor. I'm here to tell you, what if in round 2 against Miami 2 years ago, or is it 3 years ago? 3 seasons ago. The year before last, the year we lost to Miami.
It's 3 seasons ago.
Yeah. Jalen Brunson gets trapped. He looks at Josh Hart at the 3-point line and forces the ball to Julius Randle. What if in that scenario where you need a 3-point shot, you sub out just for that moment, you sub out Josh Hart and play Evan Fournier? Coach, is Evan Fournier a decent 3-point shooter?
Hell yeah, especially that year.
That year,
Yeah, he's a threat.
Yeah,
He's a threat. He's definitely a threat.
You feel me? Like every time we talk Tibbs, bro, I'm like, nah. Every time people like legit squabble about the Knicks firing Tibbs, no, I don't want to hear it. I don't. That's why when I see the comment, I'm like, yeah, whatever. Look, here's the bigger one to me, right? You up 2-0 on Indiana, right? You up big in game 3. Halliburton is hurt, right? In a moment when they're trying to go on their last run before they wave the white flag, Tom Thibodeau with the lead puts an offensive unit on the floor that struggles with Indiana. Instead of putting defenders on the floor. And the guy, Andrew Nembhard, winds up hitting a 3 over Jalen Brunson.
Oh, that is true. We should have had.
If they miss that shot, we go up 3-0 against Indiana with Halliburton hurt. Right? And we won't be talking about how Hartenstein left. We won't be talking about all these things that happened because we would have played Boston in the Eastern Conference Finals. Right? We played Boston in the East. They was waiting on us. Right? We were up 2-0, up big in game 3. It's the game. Remember after game 2 when Rick Carlisle complained about Jalen Brunson fouling Halliburton? Remember that? And you get out of a start, you would expect Jalen Brunson to be a better person than that. He knows Halliburton's back is hurt, and he pushed Halliburton in the back. Y'all remember that? The press conference? I remember that. Where he called Jalen Brunson a bad person because he pushed Jalen. They have a thing with Jalen Brunson have a screenshot of Jalen Brunson's hands extended in Halliburton's back, right? And then they get slammed. They get slammed by screenshots of Halliburton on the same or on a different play in game 3 where they grabbed Jalen Brunson's jersey. Anybody remember the Jalen Brunson jersey grab? Maybe I remember too much. Maybe I'm a glutton for punishment.
I remember.
Right? And all Tibbs had to do was play deuce. You could have kept Alec Burks in the game. Anybody remember when against Indiana, Alec Burks, every time Alec Burks stepped on the floor, he brought the Knicks all the way back, him and Dante, and then instead of riding the hot hand, like, nah, I got to get JB back out there. I love Jalen Brunson, bro.
You know what Tibbs coaches on? Tibbs coaches with automatic substitutions like it's 2K.
Yeah.
That's the difference, man, between strategy and tactics. Because he looks on his script and it's like, okay, we have to do this now.
Preston
may not be the right thing to do, man.
Needs to take. He's going to be taking Tom Thibodeau to the civil court.
What happened? What happened?
Because
you know who? Hey, you know
what?
Tom
Thibodeau ruined that poor man's career, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, Freezy, you know what you just your little dialogue there? If you really think about it, you know what got Tom Thibodeau fired? The Indiana Pacers.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Indiana Pacers basically got Tom Thibodeau fired because for some reason he coached. Well, he didn't coach against them. I don't know what he was thinking. That's the real reason why he got fired. I mean, yeah, we beat Boston. Yeah, so what? What has it gotten us? Nothing, because we can't beat Indiana.
Yeah. Means nothing, bro.
Not even this year. It goes back to the year you just made reference to.
I say
That's
it like
huge,
this.
man. That's huge. Two shots changed the whole complexity. The Nimhard shot you just mentioned
Yeah.
and Halliburton shot this year changed everything.
Our last 3 playoff runs, if you were to swap the head coaches, would the end result be the same? That's how I view it every
Of
single time.
course.
There you go. Yeah. That's the answer. Ding. You nailed it, Dre.
If you swap head coaches, we would have walked the floor with Miami. If you swap head coaches, we would have walked the floor with the Pacers roster. Not because Rick Carlisle is this amazing guy. It's just like the opposite team would be least poorly optimized as possible. It would
Right.
just be rolling the ball out there, just play basketball.
Right.
In comparison,
Bro. All these scenarios, Dre, we've been seeing these scenarios all year, right? Like if one thing goes differently than what we anticipated, then we are holding the trophy and another team is not.
Yeah.
Right. It sounds basic in a sense, but man, I mean, come on, man, Tibbs.
Well,
This is supposed to
Bro,
be your forte.
If you think about it, this roster, even the last 2 rosters, this Knicks team, we should have been in the. We could have easily been in the finals the last 3 years. We should have been. Like,
I don't know if we would have made it by the Celtics last year, as injured as we were.
well, I mean, at least the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah,
Right, yeah.
absolutely.
But the year Miami beat them, we could have beat them that year.
Yeah,
With that team.
yeah.
The way things were going.
They just went overkill the following year in terms of acquisitions.
Coach, I was arguing with a dude named Adam on the Knicks at Night podcast back then.
Shout
Every
out to
night.
Adam, wherever Adam's at.
Wherever Adam's at. I'm like, bro, I'm not scared. Dre, do you remember me saying I'm not scared of Milwaukee? Remember that? When everybody was like, oh my God, Uncle Freezy, you got to be petrified of Milwaukee. I wasn't scared of Milwaukee or Boston. I was like, bring them on. I felt like we were ready, right? I felt like we were ready. Now, whether we were ready or not or whatever, however, I didn't necessarily feel them like that. I felt like the franchise was ready for prime time years ago.
Excuse me.
I'm going on record and I'm saying it again on this telecast. We are winning the chip. This is it. This is the year. This is our year, man. That's it. It's gonna happen. And if it does, I'll meet you guys on Broadway or wherever they having the parade at. Because I ain't far from there and I will be there.
Bim.
Yep.
Bim, bim, bim.
Exactly. I'm with you.
Yep. We are winning the title. We are winning the title.
My only thing is I know at this point in the year, Knicks fans need to know how we're gonna win the chip, right? And like, how, Cash? How we gonna win the chip, man? I think we're gonna win the chip because we legit are gonna use all of our offensive weapons and things of that sort. And it's gonna make teams tap out, right? Teams are legit gonna start tapping out with the weaponry. I think the weaponry has been misused in such a way that we don't even know we have weaponry.
Bim.
Yeah, bro.
It sounded like Harlem Nights when he's telling them to stop shooting that little.
Yeah. 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 Or Lil Kim, whichever version of that.
Stop shooting that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stop it! Stop.
The
I'm
only
gonna
thing,
get you quick. I'm gonna
Yeah. Yeah.
the only thing that may stop us is injury. Outside of
Nope.
that, if we're full strength, I don't see it.
That's
Say,
what your
oh,
road man is
because
for.
I know the odds makers are talking about Cleveland. We've beaten Cleveland, so I'm I'm not sweating Cleveland. The only challenge I see is whoever is going to be coming from the Western Conference. That's it in the finals, and we'll
Yeah.
deal with that.
So I want to go on get on paper early and say I think it's going to be the Knicks and Rockets, but it's very very
Ooh.
early. The Knicks and Rockets as my pick to be the finals. I think that's my early choice right now.
I don't think KD's gonna do it for him, bro.
Mm. The irony there is I forgot that he played for the Rockets.
I
I
just
was picking
don't.
him anyway.
I don't think their guard plays good enough, bro.
I tell
Yeah.
you a team who might be there from the Western Conference and who got some good, nice acquisitions. The Denver Nuggets.
That's who I think's gonna go.
Yeah, because don't forget they took OKC to 7 games.
Yeah.
OKC beat them, but they struggled. They struggled to beat them.
Minnesota looks good too now. Minnesota.
Yeah, Minnesota's there too. Yes, you're right. They're
Shout
there
out to
too.
Julius Randle.
I think
So
people are sleeping on Jonas Valanciunas going there and Cam Johnson and Bruce Brown going back there is pretty big. And Christian Braun, that dude, he's going to be a year better. He's a player, bro.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man.
They
I
have their
think
starting
that team
lineup
is.
set up already.
What's that?
They have their starting five already set up.
Yeah,
The guys that are already knowing to be role players off the bench. And depth.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
depth is I think I sent Freezy a video of Rick Carlisle basically talking basketball.
Yeah.
And he was basically saying depth is almost the most important thing right now. It's not about having having elite players is important, but you need to surround them with quality depth. And
and I,
it's about having a good 9 to 10 guys that you could trot out there in different combinations throughout the
Yeah.
season and the playoffs.
I think that Puerto Rican kid they got is going to be better this year too.
Is he Puerto Rican?
That's Strother. Mm-hmm.
He's not Puerto Rican.
Yeah, he is.
He is?
Yeah,
Julian Strother? I didn't know that.
Strother. His real name's Strother Cardero.
Oh, I didn't
He
know
doesn't
that.
have the hyphen.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Okay.
Well, it would be hard to fit all of that on a jersey, to be absolutely
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah. But he, I think he was on Team Puerto Rico, the under whatever age team over.
Yeah.
No, to me, I think that team is. I mean, when you got
when
got
they
Jokic,
traded Porter Jr., that was very, very shrewd by the GM because they were able to get Cam Johnson, Tim Hardaway Jr., and Bruce Brown money wise. They got 3 players by moving one guy. They were able to get 3 players.
Oh, and another sneaky guy they got. I forgot to mention this. They got Tim Hardaway Jr. too.
Yeah, yep, for shooting. He ain't gonna help him out on defense that much, but he'll put the ball in the
Yeah,
basket for him.
they're bent, boy. That team's good, bro. That's a good vet team.
Yeah.
But
I'm taking the Knicks versus the field. and the thing is, and I'm gonna say this to Dre. Hey, Ron, what's good, bro? Sherman, what's good, man? I'm gonna take the Knicks versus the field, and I think I can take the Knicks versus the field because I feel like the Knicks have all the championship pieces in place, but at the trade deadline or somewhere around the end of December, I think they're going to acquire their finishing piece. I feel like they're going to take the NBA and throw the NBA against the far rope and get ready to do their finisher on the NBA in late December. And I think it'll be a coronation through the end of June.
I think from your lips to God's ears.
I'm sorry, go ahead, bro.
I said from your lips to God's ears.
Because the thing is, I don't know if the Knicks are missing a $30 million talent player on the roster. I don't think that's the player that they're missing. I don't think the Knicks are a $20 million player away from a championship. I think that the Knicks are say a pair of Levi's jeans away from making your outfit fire, if that makes sense.
Outfit fire.
I mean, and I know that, hey, Coach, do people wear Levi's anymore?
Yeah. A lot of people do.
Or
I don't. I'm big behind. Can't fit.
I think I might be like the oldest. I think that I might be the oldest person on the panel. But yo, Cash, you remember Sergio Valente jeans?
Yeah, man. And why you come to me, man? Because you trying to make me the oldest man on the. Then again, I could be. Bro. I don't know. I don't know how old Coach is, man.
I'm desperate, bro. I was reaching. I'm desperate.
I'm fitty.
Oh, you fitty? Oh, okay. I'm not gonna say nothing then. I'm getting very quiet.
Yeah, Breezy got me.
Yeah, I'm a chill, bro.
I think I'm number 3 right now on this panel.
Oh man, I'm getting real quiet right now. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm a chill, bro.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna throw one out for you. Remember Swedish Knits?
Yeah, I remember Swedish Fish. I was trying to get something.
No, Swedish Knits. No, Swedish Knits. The pad. The pants. With the 2 stitches going down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pro Cats.
I remember Pro Cats, bro.
Yeah.
That was the first sneakers I ever liked, bro. Pro Cats, because it had the blue thing on the sole. I was like, yo, bro, them the first kicks I ever liked.
That's it.
Yeah, man. So
what about Chico sticks, man?
Come on, man. Come on.
I had them free buys.
You know I
them fake Levi's.
Yeah, oh man.
Need some Chico sticks when penny candy was really
Lee jeans.
Yeah, I remember Lee's, bro.
Yeah, Lee's. Yeah, that's.
I used to wear pinstripe Lee's, bro.
Yeah, when we went to high school, when I went to high school anyway, man, Lee was it, man.
Yeah, it was everything, bro.
The big belt buckles, sheepdogs.
Yeah.
Jokers went to parties, they never took their sheepdog off, man. Danced on the floor the whole night with the sheepdog on, because you know what happened if you lay your sheepdog down.
Yeah, gone, bro.
Remember that they had Jordache jeans too.
Yeah, Jordache. Yeah.
But Carl Kanai, they said Carl Kanai jeans.
I remember, from the streets, bro.
Yeah.
Y'all mentioned Jabots.
Yeah. I remember a Jamaican girl called them Jabard. I was like, Jabard?
And it was another, I'm dating myself now, Sassoon. They had Sassoon.
Sassoon. Yeah. Yep.
Iceberg.
The reason why I remember these, I remember looking at girls' butts and jeans. That's why I know the jeans.
Yeah.
What about Iceberg?
Yeah, I remember Iceberg.
Iceberg.
When Tommy
you notice I didn't say none of them expensive ones like Gucci or DKNY or Guess. Like guess they had
You didn't have them in your teen years, man.
And I remember Iceberg because I remember I got my lower fronts from the pawn shop. Yeah, yo, anybody remember when
Freezy had fronts? Freezy had go.
Yes. Lower for you get them from the pawn shop, bro. You get the mold put in, and like 2 weeks later, man, you come back. My man.
No.
Yeah, got them from the pawn shop, bro. Yeah.
But you went to them.
But to the point I'm making is I think all the weaponry is available for us to be that, to be them or him, right? I think we have all the weaponry to be him, and not just the players on the court, but the smart front office and the assets that we feel like are untouchable. Those assets are touchable. Like if you tell Leon Rose that you are a Pacom Dadier area hook porty trade away from being the champs, we'll just see them in the layup line, bro. In my mind, if you tell Leon Rose we are that close, I think there is no doubt. There's no doubt in my mind. Like, for instance, if we are a Deuce McBride trade away from being the NBA champs, there's no doubt in my mind Leon Rose will pull the trigger. Yeah, I know, because he traded Dante. He broke up the Nova boys.
Yeah.
Bro, remember
everything he's done is tried to push the team closer to winning the championship.
I'm telling you, bro. Like legit.
If he didn't care about that, he wouldn't have fired Tibbs.
Right. Like the thing is so I have instincts on one move they made, and I have a first-hand account of something that happened from somebody that was very close to the thing. I think I may have told a few of y'all behind the scenes, but I know for a fact that they wanted to keep Randall and Dante, but they also wanted Cat. But the only way to get Cat is somebody's got to go, and these dudes labored over it, right? I knew for a fact that somebody that I talk with about once a week, that's close to everybody involved in that, was like, there's no way you can do it without, people having to move their families and stuff. And I'm like, I don't like that. But it comes down to, do you want the franchise to win it? Do you want the franchise to win the championship? Yes. So you made the move this past summer to move families of the people you love, move their families away, and the coach allowed you to make the move, and then got here and didn't support the guy you traded for. That's why he gone.
Yeah.
That's one. I think that's just one of the. I mean, you're right from obviously your source. I don't know if that was the key, but there's a whole lot of other things that we can point to that led to him going.
Yeah.
When we started the season 3 years ago, did we know we were getting Josh Hart at the trade deadline?
Nope.
Hell no. When we started last season, the year before last, did we know we were getting OG Anunoby at the trade deadline?
Ooh, good point.
Hell no. We had no idea we were doing that.
Yeah.
Well, don't be surprised. You never know.
Yeah.
And so far, this front office is
cooking.
I'm standing by him. I can't.
They cooking, bro.
Yeah.
Man, you just made me think of one wild scenario. You had to put a couple of players together, though. Would we trade in order to get? Let's just say we had an opportunity to get, because last year we couldn't get DiVincenzo back.
No.
Because of the guidelines of
the CBA,
business side.
Yeah.
This year we can, if you put together the right package.
Did he get traded, or is he still in Minnesota?
He's still in Minnesota.
Okay.
I mean, you never, like you said, you never know. Somebody would have to go. I mean, I already have in mind who would be a key part into that. It would be Deuce, and it would be some young assets to bring him back. I think Minnesota might be interested. You never know. But again, it's all hypothetical, conspiracy theory, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Just something out there, just something to throw out there.
I think the player that would be the best fit for that scenario would be a high level ball handler defender with some championship sustainability and upside, right? Like I'm not saying that they'll trade for who would be a good fit, Halliburton type, right? Like a ball handler that's young enough to play with this core, that's maybe locked in for like 2 years, like the year he's traded for, and then 2 additional years where you won't have to worry about extending him or losing him in free agency. Somebody that you legit could explain to the fan base, like, the only reason why we did this move is because we're in win now mode. Because if you trade Deuce McBride, fans are gonna be upset, right?
Give a damn.
Yep. If you trade Josh, fans are gonna be upset because Josh, while he's done some questionable basketball stuff, he's endeared himself to the fans of New York, right? He's kind of like a fan favorite. And if you trade him, you gotta bring it. You gotta send. It'd be like, y'all remember when the Golden State Warriors traded Monte Ellis for Andrew Bogut? Anybody remember that? And on opening night, they booed the owner so bad that the owner cried on the floor.
Yep.
Yeah. Anybody remember that? Like they,
Yep. The fans thought that kid was better than Steph.
Yep.
And boy, were they wrong.
Yep. They booed the owner so bad. Because they was raising hell before that night, right? They would, because if for those that don't remember, it was the night that they retired Chris Mullin's jersey. Yeah, anybody remember Chris Mullin?
Yep. Of course.
Queen.
Yeah, I forgot Queens in the building. So, yeah. So the night they were retiring Chris Mullin jersey, the owner can't even talk about Chris Mullin because they're booing them so bad about trading Monte Ellis for Andrew Bogut. Right. And I'm not saying that the Knicks will do that, but what I am saying is a team that is in a long time championship drought, and the only thing they have is like their heartstrings because they don't have championships, they're gonna let their voices be heard, bro. Freezy, can you imagine going doing that?
Freezy, Marcus Smart was viewed as the heart and soul, longest tenured Boston Celtic, and they flipped that man for a championship piece.
And they won a championship.
And no fan has no regret about it now after seeing it.
No, nope, you're exactly right. And then Andrew Bogut helped lead them to what? I mean, not him as the main piece, but
hey man, them illegal screens were very crucial.
Yeah.
Those illegal screens were very integral.
Hey, let me tell you something, man. In the game of chess, man, sometimes that piece you don't want to lose, you sacrifice. I mean, Freezer, the queen sacrifice.
You gotta sacrifice
to keep it a buck. To keep it a buck, he was one of the best. He was one of the best rim protectors in the league for that short period, that first chip.
Yep.
In chess, you make the queen sacrifice for what? Because what is the object of the game? Checkmate.
Yep.
So there you go. You're dead on with it, man.
Yeah, and
it hurts. It hurts, but hey, you get the chip, everything is all good, man.
Yeah.
You get the chip, it's all good.
Yep. Basically that's where we at with it, bro. Like I can't imagine the Knicks not making a championship level trade without, or making a run at the championship without making that trade during the year. I think they have to make that trade. And listen, I'm not saying that I want them to shake up the roster. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is in order for you to get to that place, you have to figure out, you have to talk to Mike Brown, like, hey, dog, what are we missing? What are we missing here? And if he tells you explicitly, like, this is what we're missing in order to win a championship, you got to go get that thing, bro. Like, you legit gotta go get that thing. Like, no excuses. You gotta go get that thing and give Mike Brown what he need in order to reach his goal, bro. That's my stance on it. And I do believe there are trades out there. Unlike, I know, listen, I understand content creators are gonna tell everybody, like, nah, this is impossible. Like, you can't trade such and such because of salary and all this stuff. They're gonna say 1,000 different things to keep you locked into a certain thing, but none of that is true. And my belief is, and it's the reason why Dre is here, Cash is here, it's the reason why Coach is here, it's the reason why it's other smart people here. My belief is, if you give smart people room to operate, they will do smart stuff. And you can't say that the Knicks don't have a very smart front office, right? Because there was this time last year, or about this time last year, people were explaining to me about how smart the Karl-Anthony Towns trade was, right? They were saying, like, man, they signed them to like $1 over the salary thing just to make sure that, and like all these different things. And I'm like, well, that means they're smart. If they have enough foresight and there's enough guile and enough execution to get that done months in advance, then that's a smart front office. And then to assume that this year, that same front office that's very smart, that has guile and gumption, you can't pull off a trade this year, I would say, nah, now we just speaking to our own egos as opposed to giving smart people credit for being smart.
Yeah.
That's my stance on it. And maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong.
Like, if someone said, y'all want Trey Mann at the trade deadline?
Who?
Trey Mann.
Bro, I'll go get Trey Mann myself, bro.
I know.
You close enough, Freezy. Pick him up right from the arena.
You know, I'll go pick up that man myself. And I think my niece worked for the organization. She either worked for the Hornets or the Panthers. She either said, I don't know if I think she worked for the Panthers. I think she worked for so I probably won't be able to pick them up. But do you think one of the first purchases I make won't be a Trey Mann jersey, bro? But Coach, I don't think you can trade him because I think they extended him, right?
They extended him.
Yeah, but
he's not
it's the
tradable
same
for the next like 6 months or
it's
something.
the same thing as Mikal, though.
If they extended him at the beginning of the season, from what I
Beginning
heard
of the
as far as
offseason.
Mikal, right before the All-Star. Technically,
right
they
before
could
the-
trade
right
him
before the
the
deadline.
All-Star break. I mean, the trade deadline. I'm sorry, trade deadline.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's the move. Now, the thing is, who do we envision the Knicks going after? Like, what do we think the Knicks need, right? Because I put a question mark out there. Whatever Mike Brown says he needs, they'll go get. That was my question mark.
Yeah.
Right. But fans can't wait. Like, legitimately, we're tea kettles. So you can't leave us on the stove and think we're gonna be quiet. Because hell no. That's not how this thing works. But Cash, if there's a move out there, bro, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised to see the Knicks go after whoever For instance, let me ask chat, for all of y'all hoopers in the chat, y'all see Mike Brown's system and y'all see the roster, right? You see the potential of the roster. Who do you guys envision, or what type of player do you envision the Knicks going after as the finishing piece?
I think they want someone that has some athleticism, some ranginess to him. I think part of the reason they took a risk with the Diawara signing, and there's like murmurs of the Ben Simmons stuff, is they want another wing, somebody that gives them some added flexibility. Because if you're building around Cat and Brunson, you need more versatility, no matter what. You need a guy that can play multiple positions and attempt to cover for the misgivings on the other end. So that's why I feel like they put feelers out for Diawara, and they're thinking about the Ben Simmons stuff. Like whoever it is, if we do trade for someone, it's gonna be someone that's 6'7" or taller with some sort of outlier skill set that gives them versatility, whether it's ball handling.
Feelers out for Diawara?
No, I mean they put feelers out for Ben Simmons, but they drafted Diawara.
Oh,
for
okay,
the,
okay.
for the
I was about
style of
to,
play, like versatility.
I think that Pacome Dottie is getting unlocked this year, bro. Telling you, bro. I feel it.
I'll say this: Mike Brown values guys that are taller and can shoot at the same time.
Yeah.
like Keegan Murray,
Like
right?
Keegan,
Yeah.
yeah, I was just going to
Yeah.
mention Keegan Murray. I do see some. I don't know how Pacome Dottier's defense is going to stack up, but I see him playing like, yeah, I kind of agree with that. The Keegan Murray role that he did in Sacramento, yeah, because that
I
young
will
boy
say
can
Keegan
play.
Murray got more leash because he was a lottery pick.
Yeah,
So you have to play him. You have no
but
choice
but
with that
but
roster.
if Dottier's shot seem real, man. But if he's efficient and consistent with that shot, like you said, you'll see him in the lineup. He'll be
It's
getting
a
some
it's
playing
a
time.
it- it's only a matter of time with that jumper. Like
Yeah, man.
everything about his form and his
All that is
fundamentals.
good.
It's
Yeah,
it's a,
yeah,
it's a it's a it, I'll say this. It's the most beautiful jumper we have on the team right now.
yeah, man. And
Just
and
how
he's
it looks. Like it's
and he's like
textbook.
what 6'8", maybe
Six
possibly
eight.
That
6'9".
dude's 6'10", bro.
You know, yeah, it could be, yeah, because he's still growing. I mean, he's only what 20, man. He's still young. So yeah, yep, yep,
I want to see Pacome Dottie run with the other 4 starters, bro.
yep.
That's how you get better.
Well, that's how you extend your window as well.
Yeah. I mean,
Cheap
it ain't
talent
gonna
year or
hurt
two
the
seasons.
Knicks to have those 4 starters and Pacome Dottie. Like that 5th starting spot can be use all 12 other guys, all other 11 guys on the roster. Let them all take turns at that 5th spot. Why not? You got all season to try. See what sticks.
Yep. Yep.
Because now's the time to do it. Because
Now is the time to do it, bro.
we.
And you know what's funny about that, Coach? He's actually going to give these guys the opportunity to take the position. So, like, he's not one of those coaches that has an idea of what's going to work and run it for the entire year with no deviation. He's going to give multiple guys an opportunity in different lineups to see what they can do and if they're up to the challenge. Because he's played undrafted rookies.
Yep.
Like, he started undrafted rookies. If you could give him something that he's looking for in a particular lineup, he'll go with it. He don't give a damn who you are.
Yep. Yep. That's one of the things I like about Mike Brown. And one of the things I dislike about Mike Brown, right, is the tinkering shit will drive you crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Like it's like when me and Coach get ready to go somewhere, me and Coach get ready to go out in the town, and Coach changes outfit 7 times. Hey man, just put some shit on so we can go, bro.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Shit don't
I mean, come
fit.
on. That's what I'm saying. Like, Yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about. Like y'all know, have y'all ever been around somebody that legit, like maybe a music producer, somebody that like has a track, and they want the track to be perfect, and you're like, bro, we already told you it was fire. You're like, nah, man, it's missing. I gotta tune up these drums. It'd be like, okay, we'll see you in 7 years.
Sound like you describing Dr. Dre.
Yeah, yeah, or Brian Wilson.
Bro, he started Terrence Davis, bro, 5 games that year.
Yeah,
And he hadn't been in the league since.
yeah.
So that just shows you.
That just shows you, bro.
And he was the number. Now, mind you, that 22-23 season.
He made all rookie over RJ.
And they were the number 3 seed. Okay. In the West.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, who the hell was? I mean, what pick was Keegan Murray?
4?
4 pick.
Yeah, he was the 4.
I mean, Kevin Herter was the full-time starter there.
Yeah.
He gave some starts to Keon Ellis, undrafted rookie.
He a tinkerer, bro. He gonna make y'all so mad, bro. And I'm gonna laugh because I can see it coming. But he's gonna make us so mad at times, bro. We gonna want to fight each other, bro. We just gonna crank up Annie up. We gonna put Annie up on 10 and just get in the room and fight each other because of Mike Brown, bro.
Kevin Herter averaged 15 points a game, bro.
Yeah.
At 24 years old.
24, right?
Yeah, for Mike Brown.
I think one thing Mike Brown realizes too in being with New York and with this situation that he's walking into, that not to say that he's not going to tinker, but his margin for error is like really slim. So not that I won't say that he won't do any tinkering, but maybe, it'll be a very short leash on whatever tinkering that he does do.
Is his margin for error slim? I think we have so much talent that it can allow him to tinker.
Yeah, it'll allow him to tinker. But what I'm saying is,
are you talking about schematically? Are you talking about schematically or roster?
I'm talking about like, okay, let's say he tinkers with whatever. I'm not naming a specific situation, but my point of the matter is because of the tinkering, we go on, say, like a 5-game losing streak or something. We're gonna be talking. We're gonna be saying stuff.
Yeah.
Why this? Why that? Just do this.
Right.
So that's what I'm referring to in connection with the tinkering. Not to say that he's not going to do any of it, but if it doesn't work, he needs to trash it quick and move on to something else.
That ain't gonna happen, bro. That Cash, I'm telling you, bro. Because what's gonna happen is he's gonna tinker so much with something, and if it frustrates him, he's not gonna stop tinkering. He's gonna start tinkering with something else. Right? You ever been around somebody who a smoker, like they be outside, they maybe smoke 2 cigarettes while you outside 30 minutes, and then they come in the building and then they start chewing gum? You're like, damn, bro. Like you just got to be doing something, huh? Chat, y'all know anybody like that? Like legit, they'll be outside as long as you
fixation.
Huh?
You know why he's had to tinker before? Because he had poo ass rosters. That's why.
Well, maybe it's his nature, coach.
I don't know.
Well, he wasn't a tinkerer on the Cavs and the Lakers to this extent, but we gotta make this assertion like maybe he's a tinkerer based on circumstance
or talent.
Yeah, like maybe he's forced to do that over there because they didn't get him the wings that he wanted.
Well,
remember, he wanted OG. He wanted McCall. He wanted them to trade for certain players. So when he didn't get those players, then he's like trying to jumble around lineups. I think some of it is circumstantial.
Okay.
From what I've heard in his tenure in Sacramento, it was exactly what Dre mentioned, that he didn't have the talent to fill what he was trying to achieve, and so that's why he tinkered so much. Whereas if he had better talent or a better roster, he would tinker a lot less.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, it's like you're supposed to tinker until something sticks,
Okay.
in my eyes. Like, if you think of his second season there, he came out with the same 3-star. Like, his first year there, he ended up Sabonis, Fox, Harrison Barnes, Keegan Murray, and Herter started 79, 73, 82, 78, and 75 games. That's not a lot of tinker. I mean, that sounds
with the starting lineup.
Right. Now, the guys behind, maybe. But then the following season, he came out with that same starting 5. I think Herter got hurt for a little bit. And he got Keon Ellis. He put him in the lineup a little bit. But other than that, it was the same starters, Like, to me, I don't know. You got to tinker with it. And the other thing is, when you look at the minute distribution of teams he plays for, I like to see, like, his second year there, they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 guys with double-digit minutes. With 3 starters over 30, Keegan Murray averaged like 29.8, Herter was 29.4. But their 6 bench guys averaged 22 minutes, 18 minutes, 17 minutes, 13 minutes, 10 minutes. He's using that bench. And when we talk about he didn't have the talent he's got here, when he's with the Lakers, what was the talent he had besides you know who?
Yeah, that roster wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah, and then
that was fake talent.
Yeah, and then
like,
the Cavaliers.
Remember the Knicks used to have fake talent. Man, we're super deep. Yo, you remember when the Knicks used to talk about the bench mob, Emmanuel Quickly, and Quentin Grimes? Yo, the bench mob. Not really.
Bench. I was more like the bench get along gang.
Yeah.
There wasn't no mob.
Yeah. My thing with tinkering was not just in those terms though. What I'm talking about with tinkering is everything. Right? Like legitimately, like nothing is off limits in terms of Mike Brown and what he'll make adjustments or tinker with. Like legit nothing. Like Mike Brown, just because the same guys play, don't mean they run the same offense or defense or anything like that. And I don't mean like in-game adjustment.
Yeah,
I'm like, what I'm talking about is, hey man, we went like 6 straight quarters where we didn't score 30 points in a quarter. All right. Most coaches would be like, well, guys were missing shots, guys were rimming out. The law averages will you know what I'm saying, come into play. Mike Brown would be like, put your foot on the gas.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Or Mike Brown would be like, hey, slow everything all the way down, right? And work with Sabonis from the free throw line. Right? Things like that. Like just see what we can get. Can we get a guy? Can we get Keegan Murray going? Bro, Keegan Murray hit 14 threes in a game one time, bro. Did y'all know Keegan Murray went 14 for 14 in an NBA game? He could have went 15 for 15, but he missed the 15th shot. Just stuff like Mike Brown offers you like an entire palette of hors d'oeuvres or just stuff. Like he's gonna do like things during the year. I think that's the reason why he got the job over Taylor Jenkins, right? Because he like the mom that say McDonald's, we got McDonald's at home. That like legit, that is what I'm saying.
McDonald's don't use Wonder Bread.
right.
I'm gonna make you something better than McDonald's.
Right. Yep.
Better than McDonald's.
Yep. That's it. Right. That's what I'm talking about right there. Like Mike Brown is gonna tinker to, and I know it's not an exciting thing to talk about. Like, man, why are we talking about Mike Brown tinkering? But it's one of them things, man, where it's like that's the guy. That's who he is. So what are you gonna do? He's gonna run. He'll run. I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest with you. I wouldn't be surprised to see Kev McCullough play on ball. Do I want to see that? No. Right? Do I want to see like all these wild scenarios? No. I want to see a level of trustability and consistency. Right? But with Mike Brown, you're going to get tinkered and you're going to have to trust the fact that he's a tinkerer and he knows what he's doing.
Why did he get fired in LA? Why did he get fired in LA that year?
Because LA was a mess. You remember Kobe Bryant was coming back off the two devastating injuries in one season?
Mm-hmm.
Remember that? Remember the year before that, Kobe Bryant was shooting free throws with a torn Achilles? Was that the season?
Say it again. What season?
Basically, Kobe Bryant was washed.
Yeah.
And Steve Nash was washed.
Yeah. And when Steve Nash was injured at the time, and Kobe was basically playing a ridiculous amount of minutes to keep the Lakers in playoff contention, and then his body broke down.
Yeah,
bro.
They were playing like 5.
Mike Brown.
I think D'Antoni was the coach.
Yeah.
I think it was the year after they fired Mike Brown.
No, but the thing is, Mike Brown was the coach that 1 year in LA. They were
41-26.
Yeah, 41-25. Because that was that strike short year, right, or something.
Yeah, they were on pace for 50+ wins.
Easy.
And they lost to the team that went to the finals.
Yeah. Oh, they lost to OKC with Durant and all them.
And then they fired him 5 games into the next season.
5 games into the next season.
I'm talking about. Yep, that's the year I'm talking about. Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. Like what? That's why I get tired of hearing about when coaches, like, people don't realize when guys, his last year in Cleveland, he was 61-21, bruh.
Yep.
And he didn't come back. That ain't getting fired. That's an executive making a weird decision for their franchise.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's weird franchises doing weird franchise stuff.
And then they
hired D'Antoni right after he fired Mike Brown.
Yeah, that's why they did it, because they wanted D'Antoni, period. It had nothing to do with Mike Brown.
And that move was for Kobe and Steve Nash, because Kobe has a past relationship with D'Antoni, because D'Antoni played with his father in Italy.
Yep.
And Steve Nash and D'Antoni.
Yeah.
And it turned out badly.
He had that dumpster fire roster the leftover LeBron roster in
With all
Cleveland.
those lottery picks and busts.
Yeah. When Dion freaking Waiters was your number 2 scorer.
Yeah.
Spencer Hawes was like your starting center at one time.
Yeah.
He was hurt that year or something. CJ Miles, like that team. He got fired one season there because he only had 33 wins. To get that team to win 33 games when you got Luol Deng still playing.
Yeah.
That team was he improved that team from like what 15, 17 wins to 33. Then they fired him anyway.
In like 1 year, one and done. That's like so. And the Kings thing.
The Kings are the Kings, bro. They don't need an explanation, bro.
Yeah, that's just weird.
It's the Kings, bro. The Kings don't need an
explanation. They don't have a good organization in Sacramento.
What happened was they decided to trade Mike Brown, and De'Aaron Fox said, "I am not playing for anyone but Mike Brown here, so trade me."
Yeah. It was an organization, and then I heard the organization is not that great, and that's why
they're
they bring
blaming
in
Mike
Scott
Brown for
Cherry
giving
now.
that man a roster with like one wing, and your biggest improvement, your biggest offseason upgrade was DeRozan, bro. And
That's
then
all they
after
can
that, you
get there. That's
decide.
all they
Then
can
after
get
that,
there.
you decide to get Zach LaVine.
And then he had 2 epic runs as an assistant with 2 pretty damn good.
Yo, G.I. in the chat. I didn't even see G.I. Hey,
Yeah, G.I. in the chat.
Yo, what up, G.I.? Man, I don't even want to.
I don't even.
That's all I've been hearing is about these Mets brutal losses.
Hey man, bro.
Getting tired of it, man.
Automatically sim the rest of the season out. If they make the playoffs, they make the playoffs. If they don't, they don't. I don't even care anymore.
Bro, Coach, I told Dre something about a month and a half ago, and I think he didn't think it made sense, but I'm telling you, bro, you gotta play Swaggy. Swaggy is the reason why the Mets win. When you start manipulating Swaggy, bro, like sometimes, sometimes you gotta let Josh Hart be the starter, bro. Right? That's who Swag is. Like Swag is that, bro. Put Swag at third base. He gonna fumble 4 balls a game. Pause. But he's gonna be huge. Yo, you don't remember how clutch Swag was in the playoffs, bro? Swag hit 5 home runs in the playoffs, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, we thought Brett Beatty was the third baseman of the future, bro. They moved Brett Beatty off of third base because of Swag, bro. And when Swag got hurt, the Mets start losing. Swag came back. Now he's DH / now they want him at first base / sometime third base. Bro, put him at third base and let him slug, bro. And I like Mauricio too. I like Mauricio. Mauricio, my guy, right? But nah, man, you can't do that to Swag, bro.
We can't. They can't play outside Shea Stadium, bro.
Shea?
They forget how to hit.
It's because of Swag, bro. You gotta bat Swaggy 6, leave him alone, let him make his errors at third base, and let him help carry. Bro, you got Juan Soto and you can't score.
Bro.
You got Pete and Soto and Lindor and you can't score.
I don't understand, man. Like how you can have 1 win the last 10 games.
Y'all know me, bro. I would play.
Can we talk about good things, positive things? We talk about the Knicks. I don't want.
Yo, Swag.
Ruining my mood with that team.
You don't like Swag, bro?
I'm saying you're ruining my mood talking about the Mets, man.
Are you a Swag hater? Dre, how you a Swag hater, bro?
Even when he plays, he hasn't been good this year. He's picking it up slowly, but
Bro, when was Marte's last hit, bro?
Marte had a home run and a double tonight.
Oh, well, I didn't see the game tonight, so.
Yeah, had a home run
That's
and
the
a double.
first time he got a hit in, what, 6 games?
You want to know how he lost? He hit a double with 2 out, right? And
I didn't even
McNeil
watch
hit a
it.
base hit, and he got thrown out at home.
He can't run anymore, bro.
We should have pinch ran with Tyrone, but whatever.
Yeah. I remember when Marte used to be that guy in Pittsburgh, bro. He used to be that guy, speed everywhere. I remember when they were talking about putting Marte in center over McCutcheon. Remember with Marte and McCutcheon? Remember
McCutcheon had just won an MVP.
He used to be a good center fielder.
Yeah, they had a great outfield. They had who was the guy in left field for them? They had a great outfield. And Pittsburgh had a great offense. They had the big first baseman, the dude switch hit, Josh something. And then they had the small second baseman, Josh something.
Reynolds. Was it Reynolds?
I don't.
Second base. I think it was Josh Reynolds.
Something. And then they had a second baseman that can hit, and then they had a dude in their farm system, something Brian Reynolds or something like that. They were bringing.
That's what I was thinking about, Brian Reynolds.
Yeah,
the Mets got a softball team, bro.
It's a lot of guys out there that just look lost at the plate.
It's either home runs or nothing.
Bro, Soto, we scored 3 runs in the last 2 nights, and Soto has 2 of them on homers, and no one else is hitting. Soto has 2 of them, and Marte has 1 of them. It's frustrating.
you got to fire the manager, bro.
Nah, you got to fire that hitting coach.
Yeah,
They can't.
That hitting coach is abysmal.
Not last year. We were slugging.
And now
Bro, our top batting average. I mean, if Marte don't count because he's part time, but if you count him, he's the
out of the
269.
guys, it's Pete, and he's like
Pete Alonso's batting 264, the best. That's the best average on the team. Are you kidding me?
He was batting 249 one time. He went from 303 to 249.
Bro, I ain't got no problem with Pete. Pete's balling in my eyes. He's fine.
His defense has been impressive, bro.
Bro,
bro.
When there's people on base, that's who I want up, bro.
He hasn't been hitting with people on base either. So to be absolutely honest, nobody's even getting on base.
I mean, maybe not lately, but he got 91 ribbies, bro, already. That's a lot.
Bro, there's some people in the league, bro, that already, man. That catcher from Seattle,
I can't stand out. I hate our catchers, bro.
I think our hitting coach ruined the young guys, man.
Yeah.
Alvarez went from a pull hitter that hit for power, and now he turned him into a guy that wants to punch the ball opposite field. His whole thing is that he can hit for power. And they just neutered him. It's just whatever.
Yeah. Agreed.
I don't even know why Luis Torrens is even on the damn team, bro. I've never liked him.
You didn't never liked who?
Luis
Torrens. The backup catcher.
I like him, bro. His defense, his arm behind the plate, bro.
I know, but come on, man.
That
dude bats like 200.
Yeah, he don't play no games behind that plate, bro.
I'm not denying that, but man.
That man arm is strong and accurate. That man damn near Johnny Bench back there, bro. You better not even lead off first, bro. But he can't hit, and that's the reason why he bounced around.
I mean, I guess I'm just spoiled, so I'm used to Gary Carter and Mike Piazza, guys like that.
You ready? Yeah, you used to.
You could even say Paul LaDuca.
Yeah, John, and for the old timers like myself, John Stearns. Y'all remember John Stearns? No.
I mean, hell,
Okay.
even Todd Hundley, bro.
Todd Hundley? Yeah, he was a DH. That man was terrible defense.
He's still a catcher, though.
Yeah, he was, yeah. Only thing I liked about his swag, like he used to wear the jersey flat open, you can see the taco meat. Yeah. His dad played for the Mets too, or the Cubs or somebody. Rod Hundley or something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that, I can't remember. Yeah, man. Nick Yak said he just got here. Did he miss the Mitch bashing? Nah, bro, ain't nobody mashing.
We didn't see why you want to. We didn't mention him once the whole night.
Yeah, man, we ain't nothing but well from here ain't nothing but love. Now I will open up the. I will
already starting.
Deuce if y'all want to. So nobody want to bash Deuce? Okay. All right. Hey, Coach, I
want to bash Nick Yak.
Pause. Yeah, no. Hey, I want to wrap up here so I can do a little bit of echo and essence, man. I want to just chop it up a little bit, talk some guy stuff. And everybody, listen, y'all got to check out Echo and Essence, man. His vibes and stuff is hilarious, bro. Last night we was talking about Crocs. I didn't even know Crocs was a thing. Anybody in the chat?
No Crocs and socks.
Yeah, I didn't even know Crocs was a thing. Everybody,
I wear socks in my Crocs.
No, I do, but not.
Wait, Dre, you wear
not
Crocs?
out and about.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah, that's my boy. That's Trey. What up?
Yo, get out of here. Get out
Crocs
of here.
Crocs gang for life.
Get you a pair of them, Freezy. Your feet will thank you for them.
Nah,
he's got a pair. He didn't wait the week or two break-in period.
Make sure you keep them out of the sun though, because they will shrink.
Coach, tell him how them 3-year-old Crocs look. The ones I showed you.
They look like you just bought them.
Ain't put nowhere, no nothing. Just he too cool to wear Crocs.
Now he put them on once and they were a little bit snug on him.
Nah,
he gave up on them.
Yeah. I gave up on Crocs. Everybody. Hey, everybody! Thank y'all for coming through. I'm gonna say peace to everybody, man. I'm gonna go over here. And Coach, you feel like talking about DJs?
Who?
DJs. Chicka.
I guess.
All right.
Yeah, we're talking about DJs.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna talk about DJs for a little bit, man. Hey, chat, I'm gonna invite y'all to come over to Echoes and Essence so that we can talk a little bit about whatever is happening. We're just chopping it up over there. Probably talk some I want to talk some Detroit music, like techno. You know, Coach, you know anything about house music? House music all night long. Anyway,
I know a little something about it.
Yeah, man. So we got to chop it up. I'm gonna see y'all over there. Thank y'all everybody for coming through. We're gonna holler at y'all later. Peace, everybody.
Peace.
Yeah.